Welcome friends in our Panasonic robot training how to use the teach pendant. This is the part 45 pre-process shift on off commands. The robot makes an instantaneous stop at a teach point with shift on or shift off command. However, W this function enabled, the robot recognizes those teach points as pre-process points. In other words, the robot proceeds pre-process the commands includes shift on off of those points without making an instantaneous stop. Settings. Check the checkbox of the preprocess shift on off commands to enable this function. Default. This function is factory set in the off position at shipment. Please note that if any arithmetic operation command is registered in the same point and before the shift on point, the robot makes a stop at the point regardless of the settings of this function. Next one is example, move L, set L, GDX GD001 is equal to 1, shift on GD001. Those arithmetic operation commands are add, sub, mul, div, set L, CNVS, ET, clear and GT, POS. As for CNVS, ET and GET POS commands, the robot makes an instantaneous stop even though the commands are added after the shift on command. The robot makes an stop even if the variable of the arithmetic operation command is not for shift on command. To avoid such situation, edit the program so that the add the calculation of the variables GD or GT for shift on command to the teach point before the one shift on command is registered. Next one is advanced error recovery. What is advanced error recovery? A function that allows the robot to automatically recover from the error condition or escapes to the preset position marked step. For easy recovery in case of a failed error, this function can reduce time and workload required for an error recovery. Note: while executing the advanced error recovery function, the following functions are not operable: error handling, resume. Remarks on usage. This function can be adapted to other uses. For example, it can be used to skip a certain weld section or part of the weld section and continue welding operation from the next weld section. It is possible to skip recovery process and restart welding operation. Therefore, you can skip welding points where the error occurred and move on to the next welding point to continue welding operation while the robot is in error recovery processing. It is possible to switch the mode to teach mode to execute manual operation or wire inching. It is not possible to execute trace operation or program edit. Basic movements. First, when a weld error occurred while running a program, the robot makes a weld error stop. The robot escapes to the preset dot point called marked step with back step or forward step. Third, the robot stops at the marked step or executes the specified program and stops at the marked step. Fourth, with the external input, the robot follows the trajectory of the program back to the dot point where the error occurred. Fifth, then the robot restarts operation. Here you can see basic movements of robot. Error occurs. First and second back stepping. Third recovery. Fourth returning to the point where error occurred. Fifth restart. One table is given here. Marked step and escape position during recover processing. Use R mark command to specify back step. Robot movements on the trajectory toward the beginning of the program. Forward step. Robot movements on the trajectory toward the end of the program. Specified program. A recovery program such as tip replacement and nozzle cleaning to be registered as execute statement. This function is not applicable under the following conditions. The mechanism of the applied program is an external access only. The multi-cooperative robot control function or the twin harmonic operating function is in operation. The sensor shift or shift based on command is in process. The shift based on arc sensor or auto extension is in process. The advanced error recovery function is set to invalid. The error occurred was not subject to the advanced error recovery function. For details, please refer to the parameter settings. Use of recovery function in the next section. There is no R mark command registered on the trajectory, neither back step nor forward step. One of the following commands exists between the position where the error occurred and R mark command. Call go home, jump, hold, pause, RS, TREV, TCH, SNS, and shift on off. The override or offline edit is in process. The program called by paracall command, whose mechanism contains an external access, is in operation. Next one is settings. First, parameter settings. From the list of advanced settings, select the advanced error recovery, then complete the parameters on the displayed dialog box and click OK. Valid invalid, select whether or not to enable this function. Input for triple dot, output for triple dot. Specify an input output terminal for each. Speed limit, specify the speed limit during the recovery processing. Use of recovery function. Only welding error. The function is applicable only to weld errors. Error codes start with W. Any hold situation, the function is applicable to all errors. Setting procedures you can see in this image. In case of stick or stick timeout error, if the robot is stopped by either stick or stick timeout error, the robot executes stick check before starting the recovery processing. If the stick error is still detected, the robot makes an error stop if the restart setting of the stick release function has been set to valid. Then the robot executes stick release operation. Second, setting a marked step, register RMark command. With the program you want to apply the advanced error recovery function. Register the RMark command in the dot point you want to move the robot to for the recovery processing in case of a specified error. To be specific, the robot actually escapes to the dot point of the first move command after the RMark command toward the beginning of the program in the back step direction. For details of setting procedure, please refer to section flow commands. If you would like to execute an error recovery program, such as nozzle cleaning and wire cut at the marked step, enter the desired recovery program as the call argument to RMark command. Paracall, stop or go home command cannot be used in a recovery program. If executed, the warning message E1380, the command which cannot be executed, is displayed. So friends, here we end this part of our Panasonic robot training, and further information we will discuss in our next video.